Now, the policy you've got, when it started in June 2005. At that time, you were both non-smokers. Now, would that still be the case?
We are both non-smokers, but at the time when I took out the policy, I did explain that my wife was a bit of an addict. But they said that there wasn't a section to put that under, but they would put it under consideration. And now she's in rehab, so I was wondering if it would lower the premiums.
But how long has she been in rehab for?
About 6 months now. We're finding it quite tough because we've got 5 kids, and it's a residential one. So it's, not only is it costing us a bit of a fortune, it's quite tough, sort of mentally and physically, looking after the kids and trying to work where I do. It's quite long shifts.
Definitely. What they would do now is they've got a question on it now. Now, it would be to change any of the policies of that. It's a 5-year exclusion. So they ask you if you use any recreational drugs in the last 5 years. So it's a 5 years exclusion on that. So because you've got a policy in place with them, obviously with Legal in General, are you still comfortable the amount being 225,000?
Well, I'm not sure, to be honest. I mean, if the rehab, I mean, she's doing quite well at the moment on the methadone. But I'm a bit worried about the effect that it has on the kids and whether we'd have to get sort of counselling for the kids or, I mean, there's been talk about us going to Relate to have some counselling, and that's like £50 a session with a marriage counsellor. And where I work at the moment for Lego is quite. I mean, they've been quite good giving me time off to look after the kids, and so we do have times where you come home and she's supposed to have collected the kids and she's not collected the kids, and then I sort of find her passed out on the living room floor where she's taken too much methadone, and it gets quite worrying at times. So I'm not sure how much it's going to cost us in the long run if she doesn't get off the drugs. Whether it's like I say, cost us a bit more than the 220 if she dies. I mean, the fact that she is a habitual user and has only just finally sort of got round to coming off the drugs, I'm not sure whether it needs to be more or whether that's actually included in the policy. If she dies from a methadone or a heroin overdose, would that still cover me?
As long as it was disclosed in 2005, there definitely, there's no doubt about it. You know, I would have a word with Legal in General, make sure they're aware of it. Have you got your documents? Is it on your documents about?
I thought that's what we were doing today.
Something. Well, we don't have the documents, but we've got how much you're covered for, things like that. We wouldn't keep any medical details of that just for confidentiality reasons, so your application wouldn't be there. But if you disclosed that in 2005, there definitely wouldn't be an exclusion on it for it. You know, it definitely would be covered if you've mentioned it and they put it in the application. But what we wouldn't do is touch your Legal in General one you've got at the moment, because there isn't anything up with it. You know, if anything happens and you've disclosed that, then that 225,000 would be paid out. Whereas obviously if we were to try and extend it today, they would decline your wife's side of the policy.